Beginning of day 23. Umbrellas deployed. There's the shelter that we stayed in last night. 15-mile day in the rain. We'll see how it goes. First stop, well, water in about 2.5 miles. And lunch at Corliss Camp at 8.2 miles. That's where we came from. Coming out onto Plot Road. Right here. And there goes Tup, Long Trail North.
Good morning, it's Sunday, and we are heading toward Corliss Shelter. We just spent the night at Roundtop, and we are getting some rain today, which is thankful because it's been so dry up here. Water sources have been an issue. I came across this beautiful little set of waterfalls as we're heading down the trail. And the trail happens to be over there. So I'm going to be heading in that direction just a moment. I had to stop and take in this beautiful scene. Another one of the pleasures of hiking the trail is being able to see these glimpses of the past. And this is one of the stone fences that you come across while heading down the trail. Rocks are all moss covered now, but at some point you know that this land was cleared, and this was the result, was making boundaries and removing those rocks from ground so that they could settle the land. And that's part of our state history, which is pretty neat to be able to still see. Onward to follow those white blazes.
We've reached Cotting Hollow Road, and we turn right to go up to, there's a parking lot up there where the trail will go. If you needed water, there is water here today, down there. Or if you need a junk car, we got that for you too. Never know what you're going to find on the trail. And that's a long trail south, back towards Route 15. We're heading this way, up the road for a little bit. So we've reached the parking lot. It's 2 miles to the Laraway Lookout, 2.4 to the top of the mountain, and 5 miles to Corliss Camp, where we're going to have lunch. And trail goes right through the parking lot over there. Beautiful stretch of trail that the long trail follows here along this stream, going up Laraway Mountain. There goes Tup across the stream. Nice little section here. So this is Cotting Brook. It's the same stream that I was showing earlier. Nice little set of falls coming down. And it just keeps going down. If it was a hotter day, we'd probably want to go soak our feet in it, but it's already, the feet are already getting soaked in the rain. So it has been so dry in this section of Long Trail. Normally that area there is basically underwater, and there's this cascade coming down off the rocks, and it ain't happening this year.
This side is actually dry, like dusty dry, whereas where it's raining and it'll touch down is all moist and wet.
Like normally, like if I can find my picture from last year, I'm gonna try and insert it in the video, because it's yeah, quite a difference. Yeah, last year this little cascading section was all underwater. So much easier to go up it today, I'll admit, but it's been awful dry for sure. Except for today, but up in this area it has been really dry. Well, I guess we've gotten enough rain. The trail, at least for a little while, is a stream again. Hopefully some of these water sources that we've been reading about being dry, maybe we'll have some water in them today. Let's see. Laraway Lookout. Yeah, okay. There is a beautiful view here, and I've seen it before, thankfully, but not today. We've made it to the top of Laraway Mountain, 2,790 feet. That's where we came from. This is the extent of our view. If it wasn't foggy, you might catch some views through those trees there. That's where we're going, and there's the benchmark. And we'll take a photo of that. Did the Easter Bunny leave Cadbury eggs along the trail? Pretty sure it's moose dung. I know it's moose dung. We haven't seen as much of it as we have in years past. There's actually a tick, not a deer tick, it's a winter tick. It's prevalent in moose, and it has actually been decimating their population. It's be nice to see a moose on trail, never have, and haven't seen a bear this year either, but they're out there. So we're just getting to the Corliss camp. We're gonna take lunch here. We got 6.8 miles left of the day to get to Spruce Ledge Camp, and we'll hopefully show you the accommodations here. There's people around. I don't usually like to video, so we'll see. But this is the trail. The water's another about 100 yards down that way. This one has a loft upstairs, a picnic table. Doors, windows, the windows can be opened. It's a little warm in there.
Kind of a neat little porthole. There's the latch. And then you've got a cozy little cabin inside. Got a little picnic table or desk bench by the window. Same on the other side. This one's very symmetrical, aesthetically pleasing. The windows pop out from the bottom and stay supported. They just don't have any screens in them, so that's something to keep in mind. But there are top and bottom bunks, ladders included. Nice half table in the middle here, so you have some extra floor space to use. I know. Here we go again. There's the Corliss shelter, and just to the northwest of the shelter is the privy. And this, I have to say, is one of my favorite boxes in the woods. It is a moldering privy. They did an awesome job constructing it. It has some great hinges on it. It has a nice door latch. One of the really cool things is that they chose to use a translucent top for it. So you have plenty of light, and mosquito netting completely encompasses the top of it where the gap is. So you don't have too many extra friends in there. It is well maintained and plenty of flakes in the bucket to be able to use after you have done your business. There's also a broom just in case some get away. Try and keep it as nice as possible. You've got some extra flakes on the outside here, so resupply is quite possible to do. Yeah, I am very thankful to the volunteers and the maintenance crew that continues to keep this one up and running. And it is a huge improvement over what was previously done. But the fact that they've moved on to doing moldering privies is a pleasure to use when you need to. And then coming out the door, there is a loft space upstairs. Kind of a narrow little gap here at the bottom to get to the ladder, but it does have a ladder. And then you have the entire portion underneath the roof for sleeping space. You just want to watch out for that first step. Make sure you're using the ladder because it is open on top of the porch area. But it's fairly well ventilated, and it does have a window up here. That is the same sort as downstairs in the main cabin, where you can use these hook knives to be able to push the window out at the bottom and use the long ones to keep it suspended out there so you get some airflow, which is kind of nice. And that is one of the views from up here in the window. And then that space is open too so that you get the breeze, so it doesn't get too stuffy up here, which is nice. Corliss Camp.
Back on trail after a long lunch break. Heading up Butternut Mountain. Just leaving Corliss Camp. Got 6.8 miles to go to Spruce Ledge Camp. And we'll see how long it takes us. We have reached the top of Butternut Mountain. Got another 5.6 miles to go to camp. And now we gotta go down. So there's a white blaze out there in the distance. The trail thankfully doesn't go through this little pond. So you can see Tucked in her umbrella. Comes up over this little hill. And then we continue on this way. We've reached the south summit of Bowen Mountain. Not much to see. But yay, up another mountain. Finally made it to the churn to Spruce Ledge Camp. Pretty steep hill that it comes down to get there. Hopefully there's room in the shelter. We'll find out. Water source is nearly completely dry. There are little pools after the rain, so you could fill up if you had to, but thankfully I think we have enough water for now. Day 23 recap. Hiked 15.1 miles. Top's Achilles tendon is really bothering her, and now my quad and my right knee are bothering me, so we'll see how far we get on the next day. Staying at Spruce Ledge Camp, and quite a crowded house, and thankfully folks made some space for us.